So what I just witnessed is one of the worst stoppages I've seen in the last handful of years in boxing. An old Venezuelan unknown grandpa was beating the dog shit out of Rolly Romero, dropped him, was clearly winning the fight. Then in the 9th round, he got dropped himself. They were in the middle of an exchange, and Tony Weeks jumped in there immediately and stopped the fight. One of the worst stoppages I've seen, like I say, in my last handful of years of watching the sport. Rolly Romero has no right to call himself a world champion. He looked like complete shit against a 40-year-old unknown guy that nobody's ever heard of. Got dropped by him, got hurt multiple times by him, was eating straight left hands and overhand lefts and body shots all night from this Venezuelan grandfather. Not much to be said, people. Tony Weeks and Rolly Romero ought to be ashamed of themselves. One of the most disgusting things I've seen. Definitely the most disgusting thing I've seen in boxing this year, without question. Tony Weeks should be fined and suspended, if you ask me. That was one of the most pathetic stoppages, I've seen in recent memory. Rolly Romero is complete garbage. I don't even think Rolly Romero could beat a 24-year-old Johnny boy, bro. I mean, that kid is just trash. He's garbage. So I don't want to hear about how he was a good opponent for Tank Davis. And speaking of Tank Davis, you know that's what the PBC is going to try to do. They're going to try to set up a Tank Rolly Romero rematch now that they just corrupt and fixed a fight for Rolly Romero and gave him a title. They handed Rolly Romero his title, and he got a gift stoppage that he didn't deserve in a fight he was clearly losing. And now they're going to hand the title over to Tank Davis. You see how this works, people? You throw a hype job in with a bum. He struggles with that bum. The referee gives him a gift bullshit stoppage, and then you hand it to your premier fighter in Tank Davis. That is pure on, full-fledged corruption and filth in boxing right there. In its purest form, people. Point blank, end of discussion, man. Like I said, I don't ever even want to see Rolly Romero box again. I don't ever want to see Tony Weeks ref another fight. You know, I was already disgusted with Tony Weeks during that second Kovalev-Ward fight where Ward blatantly low-blowed Kovalev and should have been disqualified. And for some reason, Tony Weeks felt like calling it a TKO victory for Andre Ward, another corrupt fighter that liked to clinch like Devin Haney. American filth and corruption in boxing, pure and simple. This is why a lot of the times I root for these foreign guys. This is why a lot of the times I root for Asia. I root for Europe. I root for fucking South America when it comes to at least in this era of boxing. That's why a lot of the times I root for the foreigner over the American because of garbage like what we just saw tonight with Rolly Romero getting gifted a title in a fight he was clearly losing and a corrupt garbage stoppage from a corrupt paid-off referee in Tony Weeks, people. And that's all I really have to say, man. I'm sick to my stomach about it. Absolute filth. Pure and simple, guys. That being said, hope everybody has a lovely Mother's Day. God bless. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Salute and have a wonderful night.